For the past 2 months, Woo-Tai Kim has been learning to fly gyroplanes and light helicopters at the Farrington Air Park south of Paducah. Kim wants to import them now that Korea's easing military restrictions are making personal flying possible. Kim's company believes the gyrocopter could become the personal aircraft of Korea in the 1990s. But he has also learned to fly a helicopter, and on this day was taking his check ride. But even light helicopters like this one cost $115,000. It's the gyroplane at about half that price that brought Kim to Farrington. When the craft's manufacturer went belly up 21 years ago, Farrington became the gyroplane's only U.S. one-stop service and training base, reassembling and updating 33 of the 68 original models. And Don Farrington hopes for FAA approval to make new models soon.
The only thing that it can't do is hover. It can take off and land in less than 200 feet, carry 2 people at 100 miles an hour, and same thing a helicopter does. Does it at half the price, much easier to fly.
Probably it's going to be a very saleable item, yeah. We need to introduce those full gyroplane.
So your company, in other words, has seen a market in Korea for this stuff. Different from a helicopter, the gyro's rear propeller is what pushes it into the wind. The wind spins the rotor for the lift.
Why it hasn't caught hold, I don't know yet.
Giving the gyro a second chance and adding some 30 manufacturing jobs to his community is Farrington's dream for the new year. Kim believes personal-sized gyros like these that sell for $5,000 to $10,000, as well as the bigger model, can become a dream in Korea as well. Ernie Mitchell, Newsbeat 6.
Some other people were supposed to come over here. I had to choose among some young guys.
So you were familiar with the flying and the aircraft?
No.
I mean, from being a dispatcher and a controller.
Well, just simply having a trip, it's okay. But I didn't try how to fly anyhow at the time. It's almost 20 years ago.
So you had dealt with aviation, but you had never flown?
No fly.
Okay. I'm going to, as we're rolling now, I'm going to re-ask some of the questions we just asked, just to get it down on videotape. How did you first learn about this place?
Well, ask question. I heard, I decided to import some gyroplane and just come over here and see what's happening, what's kind of brand, what kind of, to look after for just a ultralight class. At ask question, I discovered many things and meet people, and I have to figure out how I can I could handle for importing business. So I talked in advance. I talked to Ministry of Transportation officials there. They need I have to have some kind of a rating from United States or whatever. Then they can give me a Korean license, vice versa, by American rating. That's the procedure they said. So I have to have some kind of a rating here. So I asked many people. Then Farrington Aircraft Corporation is the only place to have those certificate gyroplane here in the United States. It means in the world. So I decided to come over here by myself.
And you've been here a couple of months now?
Just 2 months.
It sounds like what the Korean ministry said was, if you're going to sell them, you have to learn how to fly them.
Well, so far we don't have any gyroplane. No gyroplane pilot. No idea of gyroplane. I saw the video in the beginning of this year, and I'm in charge of developing items to import. So also I'm familiar with aviation in my mind. I was actually section chief of manufacturer in my company there. So I decided to import. Probably it's going to be a very saleable item. We need to introduce those full gyroplane.
So your company, in other words, has seen a market in Korea for this stuff there.
We're going to develop marketing there. yeah, buy a small gyroplane. Then next, if many people get to know the gyroplane, then we're going to import certified aircraft gyroplane like 18A, some sort of thing.
How do you like flying the gyroplane?
Yeah, it's great. It's not like fixed wing. Yeah, I've been flying a fixed wing just 18 hours, 19 hours, but it's not like a fixed wing. It's more fun, you know. Yeah.
What about the helicopter?
Well, yeah, actually, totally different. It's totally different, and yeah, it's very interesting anyhow. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to take your check ride today?
Mm-hmm.
Now, check ride, is there somebody with him
I'll be giving him the check ride, yeah.
in the Robertson?
In the Robinson helicopter.
Robinson.
Right.
Robinson.
Robinson, Robinson helicopter.
Robinson. Okay.
The company is supposed to meet anyhow on the way back to Korea and Los Angeles. That's why I'm learning.
With them also.
Yeah, learning Robbinson here.
Okay.
Robinson is probably right today the most popular light helicopter. They just are worldwide, being sold. In fact, I think about 70% of their sales go outside the United States, and they're being imported all over the world. So it is, I think, a very viable market he's looking at is to import this particular helicopter and gyroplane both.
Okay. Well, thank you for talking to us. Can I talk to you? Airfield here now.
Bought it in 1977, and actually operated the first year by requirement as a drag strip. So actually 78 was the first year as an airport.
How did it turn out? How did it come to be, Don, that this is the only one-stop gyrocopter training and certification center in the whole country?
Primarily because it is not a very popular aircraft, so to speak. We hope it will become popular, but it just so happens that my experience and that of John Potter has been very heavily in the gyroplane world over the last 25 years, and our experience has more or less gravitated the movement to our place here as being the primary training center for all of the United States. And then, of course, as Mr. Kim was saying, as the United States, it's almost the only place in the world. We've got people coming in here from all over the world to get training.
Didn't you tell me the last time I was out here that you had a ruler of a principality that came in here for training?
Right, that was from Indonesia. Yeah, that wasn't too long ago. It was 6 months ago or a year ago.
What other countries?
Oh, we've had just recently Australia, England, of course Canada, Mexico, Sweden. Got a fellow from Germany that was here not long ago. But the acceptance of the gyroplane appears to be occurring more overseas than it is here in the United States. We hope that the acceptance of it will become, what do you want to say, widespread here in the States within the next few years. But
why do you think the gyro has been, so to speak, slow to get off the ground as far as marketing is concerned?
If I had the answer to that, I'd probably be taking advantage of it. But back in the 30s, Harold Pitcairn forecast that this machine would, so to speak, cloud the skies because it was safe, it was easy to operate, it was economical, it had point-to-point transportation. It offered everything that they were looking for in that, so to speak, era there. And for some reason, the military elected to go the helicopter route, and as a result, the war came at the same time in 1941. No money went into the modernization of the gyroplane, and it was only in the late 50s, early 60s that this aircraft that we're now building here was designed, and we've still got the chore of modernizing it, bringing it up to 1990 standards, which is what we hope this machine will more or less be the initial breakthrough.
How much does this machine sell for?
$60,000. The Air and Space 18A, we've got them priced at $60,000 at the present.
So that's less than the light helicopter still, isn't it?
Oh yes, that's almost a half of what the light helicopter sells for. Yet it offers very, very similar. The only thing that it can't do is hover. It can take off and land in less than 200 feet, carry two people at 100 miles an hour, and Same thing a helicopter does. Does it at half the price, much easier to fly, much more economical, no time life retirement items on it. So it's really a machine that I cannot understand why the aviation industry, so to speak, is not seeing the forest for the trees. They promote the helicopter and they spend millions of dollars on it, and yet here's a machine that is capable of doing 90% of the work at half the price, and it hasn't caught hold yet.
Well, some concerns a couple of years ago about safety. There were some reportedly some of these machines I heard that crashed. I don't know.
That's correct. And in fact, I just spent this morning or yesterday and this morning writing a letter in hopes of having some regulations changed, which I felt were very detrimental in what caused the accident rate. The FAA allowed, the gyroplane was so easy to fly that the FAA allowed a person to crawl into the machine with no dual instruction and fly it under the observation of a fixed-wing instructor who had also never flown a gyroplane. And as a result of being able to, you might say, get into the air so easily, they had a terrible accident rate. And we're in the process now of hope to have the regulations to where gyroplane training is required the same as it is in an airplane, the same it is in a helicopter. And if that happens, I think our accident rate will go back to something that's normal and reasonable. Training is the total answer to the accident situation.
Very good.
That's why we're saying that the cost of operation, the simplicity, all of that is much, much less than the helicopter. And why it hasn't caught hold, I don't know yet. It really does have the answer.
Well,
Okay, go ahead. Just go in, pick it up, and then bring it over here to the thing and hold it up to it. Okay.
Well, I don't know what the status is, but they redid a T-19, John Cupler, real nice guy, was instrumental in the rebuilding of we'll do is we can discuss briefly what we're going to do, and I think the main thing is, well, let's get up a little closer, we can get a shot of the machine. What we'll do is basically the same as we did the other day, except we'll just go through each one of the maneuvers. Normal takeoff, normal landing, each one of them through sequence. And as long as all of them are good, we'll just keep moving. If we have a problem with any one of them, we'll come back and do that maneuver over again. So we'll just give you a chance a couple times to try as best you can to try to get it done the first time right straight through. The whole thing won't take 30, 40 minutes. And then we'll review your cross-country planning. We'll have a little bit of an oral, and that's it. Should cover the whole thing. She's ready to go. Oh, you got it. Okay, go on. Chip detector.
In the air. Just couldn't seem to figure out what was going on.
One more.
That was fine if you want to stop at that.
Okay, again. Kim's company believes the gyrocopter could become the personal aircraft of Korea in the 1990s. But he has also learned to fly a helicopter, and on this day was taking his check ride with Farrington.